Hello people of the internet, I'm Kukaz and I have a special video for you all today. So today is November 15th, 2016, which is the 15th birthday of Xbox, as well as Halo 1. And let's be honest, we can't talk about Xbox without talking about Halo 1 because Halo 1 is the game that launched the Xbox and made it so big. So I do have to let y'all know that I do work for Microsoft, but I'm making this video for fun because I love Xbox and I love Halo and they've been such a big part of my life and there's a really cool story to tell over here, so let's just get started with that. So Xbox and Halo have been around for 15 years now, which is really ridiculous because I was 9 when they first got released. So I'm kind of feeling old right now, but people I know would say you're not old, so I'm just gonna leave it there. So let's start the timeline at E3 2001, where Xbox was revealed, and most y'all may not know this, but it was revealed by Billy G, Bill Gates himself, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Like, who would ever thought that they would be in a room together revealing the Xbox? So the Xbox was originally called the Direct Xbox, and that's where you get the X from. And DirectX is basically Microsoft's graphics library. Like, imagine the Direct Xbox 360, Direct Xbox Live. Like, I'm glad they cut the Direct, kind of like they cut the in the Facebook and just made it Facebook. But yeah, fun fact. So even though the Xbox was announced to be released on November 8th of 2001, it ended up being released on November 15th with Halo Combat Evolved from Bungie, which was the best game ever and launched the best series ever and made the Xbox what it is today. And I'm fanboying out too much. There are a bunch of awesome games. So without Halo, arguably Xbox would not be what it is today. So another fun fact is that Bungie was originally making Halo to be an RTS for the Mac before Microsoft acquired them and the game turned into an FPS for the Xbox, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it because, like, I can't imagine an Xbox ecosystem without Halo. And, like, I know Halo Wars came out, but Halo as an FPS is where the awesomeness is at. Not to mention, we got a lot of other cool things from Halo being an FPS on the Xbox, such as Machinima and Red vs. Blue and awesome cosplay and just all this awesome fan stuff. Like, if this was an RTS game on the Mac, the Halo would not be what it is right now. One of the bad things about the original Xbox's launch was the controller, deemed the fatty pad. It was extremely unusable for most people and just like kind of killed the experience. It is kind of ridiculous to think that that controller was a thing when you look at the Xbox 360 controller and the Xbox One controller, and especially the Xbox Elite controller. Like, it is ridiculous that the fatty pad existed. One of the biggest wins for the OG Xbox was the fact that it had an Ethernet port. And even though Xbox Live wasn't a thing until Halo 2, Halo 1 took advantage of this port, having LAN parties, and like, I can't believe I missed out on this. Like, my parents would not let me participate, and I was like a 9-year-old kid. I had to do what my parents said, but oh my god, just like the nostalgia of LAN parties as an adult, it's just, I feel like I missed out a lot. So I could talk about Halo forever, but I'm just gonna skip forward in the Xbox Halo timeline to November of 2004, which was a big time for Xbox and Halo because Halo 2 launched, and Xbox Live was functional with Halo 2. I think functionality didn't start until a couple months after Halo 2 was released, but oh my god, did it have a giant impact on console gaming. With Halo 2's integration of Xbox Live, it just revolutionized console gaming because you could make friends online and have a friends list and chat with people, and voice masking was a terrible feature, but it was quite funny. And you'd like 510 million matchmaking games were done on Halo 2 between Halo 2's launch and Halo 3's launch, and that is just a ridiculous number. Now I could literally spend like hours talking about my experiences with Halo 2, but I'm going to skip forward to 2005 where the Xbox 360 was released, and this was another revolution, not only because 360 degrees are a revolution, math joke, but because Xbox Live evolved yet again. With this new iteration of Xbox Live for Xbox 360, we got parties, we got achievements, we got a bunch of cool things, and it just made gaming on Xbox Live even better. And now you can probably guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is in 2007, Halo 3 was launched on the Xbox 360, and oh my god, I think that game had like 1 million concurrent users at one time. Like, one point in time, 1 million concurrent users. Like, that may be an exaggeration, I don't know, but that game was amazing in how it brought people together, and it was just like, it was a good finale to the trilogy. I loved it. Fast forward to November 2008, we get avatars on Xbox Live, which was a cool new way to express who you were. Like, they integrated them into the dashboard, and avatars were really cool. I mean, I guess we still had to have Xbox Live in order to use Netflix. Actually, was Netflix even out in 2008? That actually doesn't matter right now because this video is about Xbox and Halo. So let's go forward to 2010, where the Xbox 360 gets a cool new accessory called the Kinect. The Kinect, yeah, it was kind of gimmicky and stuff. In games, there was Kinectimals and stuff like that. But it was really cool in the robotics and hacker community because you could just do so much cool stuff with that sensor. But I guess it never really took off for gaming, though. Like, there was a ridiculous sale count on that. Like, it was a really cool piece of technology. I know I skipped Halo 3 ODST where we did get Firefight, but 2010 was where Bungie released Halo Reach and they were done with Halo. Moment of silence, because Bungie made an amazing Halo, at least to me. I mean, Halo 4 and 5 are good, but to me, Bungie's Halo will always be Halo in my mind. The amount of emphasis I put on Halo in this video actually isn't unwarranted, because another thing that happened in 2010 was in April, they were going to shut off the original Xbox Live service that supported the OG Xbox games like Halo 2. And it's ridiculous. There's a group, so on April 14th of 2010, they were going to shut down the servers, but 14 people stayed connected to Halo 2 for like a month after the servers were shut down, and the last person finally got disconnected. He got booted off of Xbox Live on May 11th of 2010. So that is how important Halo 2 was to making Xbox Live. People kept their Xboxes on for a month just because they did not want to let go of the Halo 2 multiplayer experience, and that really shows some dedication. If that sounds interesting to y'all should totally look up the Noble 14 for Halo 2. It is quite the interesting story. Fast forward to 2012, we got Xbox Smart Glass for the Xbox 360, which was a really cool piece of technology. Allowed us to type messages remotely from our phones to our Xboxes, which was like, oh my god, I guess I did not like using chat pads. It was just a remarkable little tool. So I hope you've all been enjoying this video, and I know there's a lot to cover, but I'm just gonna, the next part is not so happy because it was the reveal of the Xbox One and the snafu of TV, and like always online, and it was just not a good time for Xbox. Man, this part is actually really sad to talk about, but basically the internet spoke, things were changed, and Don Matrick got kicked out, and now we get Phil. We have the PC Master Race has Lord Gaben, but we have a Hulk. Just kidding, we have Phil Spencer, but I don't know, my boy Phil, he works out. Like, he may not be a Hulk, but he's pretty jacked. So I'm gonna stop fanboying out on Phil and just be like, yeah, Xbox One's release was not so great because Kinect V2, they packaged it, it raised the price, it wasn't really useful for any games. It was good for like TV and like if you want to tell your TV to be like play, pause, but most of the gaming community did not like that because an Xbox is a gaming machine and not like I use my Xbox for HBO Go and Netflix, but like most people just want to use it for their games. They just want to play a game. Some cool things that did come with their Xbox One though were the ability to snap, the ability to stream, the multitasking stuff. I mean, like, the Xbox One was originally really slow, but we've improved a lot over time. Like, our console has just gotten better. So I keep saying we because I identify as an Xbox gamer, and you, if you're watching this video, you also probably identify as an Xbox gamer. And I just really love Xbox and the games that I play on it because they bring me happiness and like, yeah, happiness. So the next big thing that happened to Xbox was in 2014, Minecraft joined Xbox. I mean, Microsoft bought Minecraft for billions of dollars or $1 billion. I forgot what the price tag was, but freaking Minecraft was bought for over $1 billion. That is ridiculous. Actually, it's an awesome game. It totally makes sense. Then in 2015, with the launch of Windows 10, the Xbox app came out for Windows, and wow, that app is really cool. It gave us game streaming. It gave us like a whole social platform, like you can message and not have to use xbox.com. You could check your achievements. It was actually a really nifty app, and still is, and they still keep improving it, which is pretty awesome. So now in the timeline, we are at E3 2016, where we've come back a lot, right? Like, all our friends on PlayStations are telling us, oh, PlayStation's way better, but we're like, we love our Xboxes. And this is when the Project Scorpio announcement is made, and Xbox rejoices. We also got a really cool meme from that announcement. That one dude from the trailer who was like, it's a monster. I mean, I think that's hilarious. But yeah, Project Scorpio was cool. We got the Xbox One Slim, which like did 4K video, and it just looks like the future is gonna be bright. But we aren't actually at the end of the timeline until now, where we have just gotten the 2016 winter update, where we've gotten clubs and looking for group, which like I've been playing with Battlefield and Halo, and it's made like finding people for squads and stuff super easy. Like, it is ridiculous how Xbox Live has evolved from the OG days in Halo 2 to now if I need people for a squad, I don't have to go to Facebook or something to find people. I can just say LFG and I find someone like nearly instantly. It is ridiculous how far Xbox has come, and it's like the awesome social place to play, which is like what I would always tell my dad. He's like, video games don't really matter, but I was like, you know, like, you can have some cool social experiences when playing video games. So if anyone ever tells you that video games are nonsense, you tell them to shut up. So before I go off on a rant, I'm gonna end this video and say happy birthday Xbox and happy birthday Halo. Y'all have been awesome to me in my life, and like, I totally look forward to what is coming in the future, because LFG and clubs were amazing, so I wonder what is happening next. So I'm gonna assume that if you're still watching this video, you enjoyed it, and you should totally add me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Kokaza. Go look me up on YouTube. My username is Kokaza118, and just definitely go out there and play Xbox Live with your friends and have some fun.